Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast bud.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready, it's a new day, and we're gonna give you some steps, some help on how you can level up. All right, we got 10 steps on how we can help you level up. And so step one is, I think it all starts out with getting ruthlessly clear on what you want, that vision. Get ruthlessly clear on what it is that you want. Define your vision. Where do you want to be 5, 10 years from today? What is the price it's going to require to get there? And be honest with yourself. Are you willing to pay it? What is the price to get there? And be honest with yourself. Are you willing to pay it? Some people may say, man, I want to be here. I figure out the price. I don't want to pay it. I have respect for that. There's nothing wrong with that. If somebody says, yeah, I changed my mind. I wanted that, but I'm not willing to pay the price. I want to readjust. Maybe I changed my vision of what it is that I want. The worst thing happens is when you have a vision of what you want, you see the price and you're not willing to pay it, but you pursue it anyway and you expect to get that result, and then you're frustrated with everybody else because you don't get the result because you're not willing to pay the price that it requires to make that vision a reality. Maybe we should have adjusted the vision, because most of the time you can't adjust the price. The price costs what it costs, and the bigger the vision, sometimes the bigger the price. You know, you could have vision for your health, vision for your career, vision for your relationships, vision for your finances, vision for how can I grow myself, my self mastery of myself. How can I have a growth plan and a vision for what I want for myself? But I think it'd be helpful if you write a vision out for each category. Where do I want to be? What's my vision 5 years from today financially, health-wise, my marriage, my relationships, my business, all these different categories. And I think step two would be to audit your current life. See where you're at. Look what right now is holding you back from hitting some of these goals. What in your habits is holding you back? What in your environment? The people that you're hanging around, auditing your circle. Are you spending your time with the people that are going to get you to where you want to be? Do your daily actions in this audit align with your vision? The daily actions that you're taking, does that align with your vision? And then track your habits for 1 week. Track your habits. What are the things that I'm doing for 1 week? Just and see what things in here align with my vision, are going to get me closer to that vision. And what habits do I have that are not going to help me with the vision that I wrote down in some of these specific areas, okay? Number 3, eliminate what's not serving you. This is where you got to cut things, addition by subtraction. Cut out toxic habits. Cut out your distractions. Cut out negative people. Learn to say no to protect your yes. And then look at hey, what are my top 5 energy drainers? Who are my top 5 energy drainers? What are my top 5 energy drainers? And let's eliminate those or minimize those. While we're on that subject, there's been people in my leadership journey that are just drainers that I've come across. That it seems like every time the phone rings and it's them, it's something draining. And so I've learned that it's not that I'll ignore those people always, but some small things I would do there is I won't take their calls at 7 o'clock at night or 5 o'clock at night. So it ruins the rest of my night and I can't calm down at night because it's going to be something negative. Maybe I'll take that call earlier in the morning while I got more steam to blow off, or after I've got myself in the right, state of mind, or I don't have something super meaningful that I need to do, next. I can kind of decompress after that. And so that's just a small example. I could spend a lot of time here, but eliminating and minimizing as much as you can of the energy draining. Number 4, non-negotiable daily habits. Non-negotiable is the key here. That means I'm not negotiating. Like for me, it's the mind, body, spirit. Anybody that knows me, we could go to a dance competition for my kids and all the parents know. We can go somewhere for business. My family knows, whatever. I got to get in 90% of the time, unless it's a planned day off. I got to get my mind, body, spirit done in the morning in order for me to be the best that I could possibly be for other people. Mind, body, spirit, meaning, some exercise, some reading for my mind, some YouTube motivation for my mind, prayer, reading some scripture, stuff like that. It's the small wins daily that you do, that you commit to, that builds all this momentum. And I think when you're in these moments, you got to be present and intentional about what it is that you're doing. Like hard work while you're doing whatever that task is. Give it your undivided attention. Try your best when you're with your family to give that your undivided attention and work hard at that. You're working out, you're exercising, you're giving that your undivided attention. You're working hard at that. You're in your business, you're going all in. I'm working hard. I'm not distracted. I'm giving everything I got for that. And this could be looked over, but man, so many people blend those lines of like, man, they're trying to work out, but they're taking calls, they're checking emails, or they're trying to work and they're going back and forth trying to talk to their family all the time, or they're with their family and they're trying to work. It's like you got to just lock in and work while you're working and try to be present and try to be intentional. Number 5, upgrade your circle. Birds of a feather flock together. Roll with the winners. RWTW. We used to rock those hats all over. RWTW. Roll with the winners. How can you get around the people that are going to stretch you and make you better? Proximity is power. Like we're in a virtual world, so people like to do things virtually, and I respect that. And I think there's a lot of business and a lot of things that could be done better virtually, but it's powerful when you're up close and personal. Surround yourself with the driven, positive people that inspire you and that kind of iron sharpens iron. And the more successful people are, the busier they are. So you got to find a way to be where they're at. You got to find a way, like when you're on the come up and you're climbing, you got to humble yourself that I'm willing to do whatever to be around this person, to be around these people, because they're busy. You might have to drop anything that you got going on, readjust your schedule to be where they're at. Find mentors. When you get mentors, take notes. When they're talking and they're giving you wisdom, implement the things that you learn from the mentors and then show those people results. Right? So when you're rolling with the winners, man, they like it when you're asking them questions, taking notes. They like it even more when you show them what you implemented. They like it even more when you show what you implemented, got them results. Number 6, master discipline over motivation. How often do you hear, I just didn't feel like it, I wasn't motivated? I got news for you. If you can only work at your vision and your dream when you're motivated, you're not going to be successful. That's amateur style. That's amateur hour. That is not professional hour. You're not always going to be motivated. Motivation fades, discipline stays. You got to do the work regardless of how you feel, and no excuses. Excuses feel good, but they don't get you results. They don't get you the job done. We can't have excuses. Number 7, you work towards confidence. Confidence is built through repeated action, not thoughts. It's like, well, I'm not confident. Well, you could think yourself into acting, but sooner or later, if you ain't got, but if you just keep acting, if you keep working, you keep putting the work in, working, that work breeds confidence. I asked somebody that I know, that's a fighter, professional fighter. Yeah, where does this confidence come from? Just the, and he's like, man, the reason why I got that level of confidence, man, is because I know that I've done everything that I could possibly do walking into a fight. I mean, I left no stone unturned. I worked as hard as I could possibly work. I cut zero corners at all. I give so much to the game that's where my confidence comes from. I feel like it's going to come back because I put so much into it. And I think so is life. Speaking of fighting, like in life, man, you just got to, in life, to grow, you got to face your fears. Nothing's going to be comfortable if you want to grow. You got to be willing to take risks. You got to get calculated risks, but you got to get used to discomfort. No, there's no growth in your comfort zone. So many people stunt their growth and don't go to the next level because they want to stay in that comfort zone. And so I think something that can help us on this track is identify this week. Can you identify one fear this week and do it this week? What is the one thing you got a little bit of fear of that you need to do? Just go, can we do that? Go do that cold call. Go give that speech, publicly. Get up and talk in front of people. Post that content you want to post. Whatever you could think about, shoot your shot. Number 8, become a lifelong learner. Don't forget the M in the MBS, your mind. Become a lifelong learner. What do you do daily to learn? What do you do daily to expand your mind and to grow? Are you reading? Are you listening to podcasts? Are you taking courses? What are the things that you could do to grow your mind? Learn from failure. It's feedback. It's not defeat. You're going to have to fail forward in order to grow. Just know that that's how you learn. And I think if you choose a topic and commit to becoming an expert in it over the next 12 months, you'll be blown away at how much you grow. Like, all right, I'm going to pick leadership and I'm going to go all in on mastering and spending hours, per week, giving myself 15, 30 minutes a day studying leadership. At the end of 12 months, you'll be blown away at how much you've started to develop the knowledge and mastery of something like that, or sales or recruiting or, whatever it is. What could you master in the next 12 months? Number 9, monetize your strengths. Identify what you're great at and that you're passionate about. And then how can you turn that into value? And then turn that value into income, because income comes after you create value. So how can I use my giftedness, the things that I'm good at, to create value? And then once I create value, I'm going to turn this into some income. If you're going to get paid well, typically the more problems you solve, the more money that you make. So to get paid big, you got to solve big problems. Remember that. If you get paid small, you only got to solve small problems. If you want to get paid big, you got to solve big problems. And number 10 is you got to serve bigger than yourself. To me, true joy and fulfillment comes from the value that you provide to other people. Who are the people that you're developing? Who are the people that you've developed? Who are the people that you've poured into? In leadership, how have you been able to serve other people that you're providing leadership to? Are you mentoring others? Are you inspiring the next person next to you? Are you inspiring the next person in line? Or are you inspiring the next person online? But can we impact other people? Are you giving back of your time? Are you giving back of your money? Can we help somebody this week without expecting anything in return? Try it out. Try to help somebody out this week without expecting anything in return. And don't do it to get something back. But usually what happens is what comes around goes around. And I think for extra credit, like, let's start acting as if, people say, fake it till you make it. I can argue both sides on this, right? If you want to debate, put him on the side of fake it till you make it. And then let's talk about why you think that works. Or come over here and say, fake it till you make it, and you debate on why that don't work and why that's not right. I can argue on both sides. But I think to grow you right now, I think there does come a point where you gotta walk and act like it before you become it. I want to be a world champ. Well, let's walk and act and talk and eat and work like it. Let's act as if we're already there. Start acting like the person now that you want to become right now. With your posture, with your language, with your work ethic, with your standards. All right, so let's recap for everybody. Number one, get ruthlessly clear about what you want, AKA clear up that vision, have a vision. You could do it in multiple different areas. Number two, audit your current life, where you're currently at. Number three, eliminate what's not serving you, people, places, and things. Number four, non-negotiable daily habits. Number five, upgrade and audit your circle. Number six, master discipline over motivation. Number seven, work towards confidence. Number eight, become a lifelong learner. Number nine, monetize those strengths. And number 10, serve bigger than yourself. All right, and let's ask ourselves daily, let's ask ourselves right now, what would my future self want me to do right now? All right, so those are some steps to help you level up. Speaking of leveling up, we know that you're already investing into yourself, spending time with us here in the GRINDcast studio, and you know we're grateful for that. Could you do just 30 seconds? If this helped you, could you share this with somebody? We appreciate if you comment, let us know what you got out of it. But I mean, specifically, man, could you share this with people that we can make a difference in their life? And as always, you guys know we're grateful for you joining us on another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day.